Weaving narrative structure into online course design can serve as a compelling force in supporting student engagement and persistence in meeting articulated learning outcomes. But how do you leverage effective practices and technology in order to actually make it happen? Where do you go to find the resources to create the hero's journey into your own course? We face the challenge of wanting to build an online learning environment that inspires students, gives them a sense of agency over their learning, and allows them to create knowledge. Due to time, space, and access issues, this can be difficult to plan, implement, and align to learning outcomes. Narrative and the concept of the hero's journey serve as an excellent framework to design from, putting students at the center of the learning process and giving them a mindful and intentional call to action. From this framework, we can incorporate meaningful applications of technology to help set the stage for hands-on experiential learning. Regardless of whether you are currently using a particular educational method or effective practice, or are looking to reap the benefits of weaving narrative into your newly created course design, modeling a course after the hero's journey has the added benefit of furthering several established methods for increasing student engagement. In that the student is identified as the primary player in the narrative that is your course, narrative in online course design pairs effortlessly with constructivism. In the initiation phase of the hero's journey, the epic hero collaborates with allies to prepare for the challenge ahead. In the same way, the student becomes a part of a community of inquiry where the class works together to solve a shared challenge. The responsibility for the collection of knowledge is shared and social, while the final deliverable is unique to each student and highly personalized. Every student works with their allies to create their own solution to a larger problem posed by the instructor. In a meta-design stroke, one can weave narrative into an assignment with ease. A great example of this would be the use of the hero's journey in the creation of a digital storytelling project. The creation of the story itself becomes the challenge, with the student researching and documenting elements of an external narrative, while simultaneously completing the tasks of the larger course narrative that they themselves are a part of. Key to the hero's journey is the idea of supporting student persistence and autonomy over the learning process. Gameful learning is the practice of taking the strongest elements of games and weaving them into the course content. Remapping an online course to the hero's journey allows us to tap into such gameful aspects of learning as the freedom to explore, iterate, and fail in the quest for knowledge, branched paths for leveling up, and design elements to support flow states. Not to be confused with gamification principles meant to simply make learning fun, gameful learning allows one to take a specific challenge and build in academic rigor and opportunities for engagement. In addition to the detailed planning process for mapping the course content to a narrative structure, there are specific tech tools that can help to support the hero's journey in your online course. Easily one of the most powerful tools for supporting personalized learning, adaptive courseware allows instructors the ability to create computer-based branch scenarios that give the learner agency over their path through the curriculum. Software like Articulate Storyline allows instructors to create stunning interactive learning content, as well as pull data from the students' interactions with the content and map that work to assessments in an LMS. Cloud-based solutions such as Smart Sparrow offer similar drag-and-drop branch scenario editors with the additional power of interactive simulations and animations. Additionally, with such gameful principles as leveling up and branched pathways for learning, badging principles work well in the design of narrative structures. Purdue Passport is often used in conjunction with LMSs for its LTI integration. Credly is a fantastic resource for those wanting to take a surface dive into badging or are looking to integrate badges into a WordPress installation. As a means of supporting the student's creation of knowledge, the hero's journey can establish the quest as the creation of an interactive project. Leveraging cloud-based design solutions such as WeVideo for nonlinear video editing and Powtoon for animations allows students to spend less time and money on complicated design programs and more time on task. Graphics and design play an integral part in establishing engaging and immersive learning environments. These design elements don't have to come at a hefty price, however. With stock photos and illustrations from FreePic, video clips and images from all the free stock, and online image editing with Canva, educators and students can make both the learning space and the deliverables look professional and sharp. Beyond the use of any technology or visual elements, the most important aspect of the design process is the defining of overarching learning goals. Using storyboarding tools such as MindMeister, Real-Time Board, Padlet, or Prezi can help you to define user paths, establish branch scenarios with adaptive feedback, and create meaningful assessments. Based on this approach, we want to hear your thoughts. Tweet your response to hashtag Heroes Journey and hashtag OLC Innovate to share your ideas. For additional information on narrative and the hero's journey, we invite you to explore the following resources.